Well, that was actually a moment of surprise for me as well, when the person I was in dialogue with started saying things that I would say, or in a way that I would say them.
About you, that you would say about her?
To me, but that I couldn't have said without taking her perspective.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of kept feeling like I'm just writing the exact same conversation that we keep having over and over again. And just even in that writing, I just had this lots of frustration coming up. So I kept kind of wanting to stop writing and just keep looking at that frustration again, though. So, I don't know, I just didn't know what to do
I think, well, let's go through the process and look at the projection, and there may be something, once you identify it, that's actually going to help you. You may not be there yet, okay? Is that all right? But we'll talk about it at the end. Basically, it's really important to stick with it, because there's a certain kind of discomfort that has value. But then once it's complete, if you want to take that frustration and do the 3, 2, 1 with that, you can. So that frustration, you have to give it a look and a name and a feeling and third person. And then you dialogue with your own frustration, and then you become your frustration, and you see what comes out of that. So that's certainly something you can do. Okay? All right. And finally, I'm going to ask you to write in the first person, to take that other person's perspective and write as though you were them. All right, so is everybody finished? All right, now we're going to read our entry in the first person and see what comes out of that. Is there somebody who wants to start?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is in the voice of Sarah. Pashmina is a young, energetic, beautiful individual. Sometimes I feel like she can't open up to me, and I don't know why. And when she does tell me things, she doesn't explain or articulate in any details. So I'm often left second guessing, or have to ask her more questions. When I do ask her more questions, she shuts down for no reason. I don't know how she expects me to support her, and I don't understand her actions.
Okay, good. Rolly?
Sure. The voice of James. Rolly is upset with me because I disappeared. I just needed some space away from everything. I'll do what I have to do. I don't really care what breaks along the way. Sure, we shared a lot. I didn't drag it out of him. I listened. I'm glad he thought he could share with me. But I'm not his therapist. I've got enough to worry about. I've got stuff to do. If he's worried about his feelings or being vulnerable, there's not much I can do for him. Get on with life, man. Maybe it's just a guy thing. I don't know why he's getting all sensitive on me.
Thanks.
This is the voice of Larry. I have a family of close friends. Everyone who knows me in my Sly Stone-esque family affair. When I walk down the street, a soundtrack accompanies my strut. When I take a shower, I always break into song. I love having the attention of the room on me. I care deeply about other people, and they seem to really appreciate my frankness and candor. I would sacrifice myself a little if I knew it would help a lot. I learn a lot from my close friends, and I would do anything for them, but not at a foolish expense.
Let's see Nicole first, and then Paul.
This is in the voice of my friend Jen. I love Nicole so much, and sometimes I feel that I need to take care of her. She's just moved, and she needs support because she's taken so much on. I would never have dreamed of doing the things she's done, and sometimes I get scared for her. I want to be supportive, but I feel like I say the wrong things or ask the wrong questions, and then she gets mad and critical of me. And then we get nowhere, and that makes me feel bad. I just wish she understood my perspective and that I've lived a completely different life than her, and maybe we don't see eye to eye on things. I'm only trying to love and support her in the only way I know. Sometimes I think it bothers her so much because we tend to be a lot alike. She tries to mask her concerns in fear, and I tend to be more verbal about mine. It's like I'm bringing to light genuine concerns that she just does not want to deal with. I'm pretty comfortable with the way that I am.
This is from John's perspective. Paul can't dress. He's too skinny, he's too shy, and he's afraid to drink too much. I actually drank a lot that one time, and he was hilarious, like a little monkey we could wind up and entertain people with, while me and the other guys got all the chicks. I saw Paul with a girl once, and she was nasty. I worked my ass off every day to get where I am. My father didn't pay a dime to get me where I am as the best athlete in town. I did that on my own, working hard every day. Paul wants to be able to do this, to recapture the glory he once had as an athlete too, but he is lazy, unmotivated, and afraid. He has a million excuses. I can't understand why I have none. Sure, I've received some help from my father. I won't deny that the family fortunes have helped, but Paul hasn't been so bad off himself. He had a good job, saved a lot of money, could have done anything he wanted, but he went to New Mexico to join a cult. That's not my fault. Every time I see his face, I want to tell him, you made this choice on your own, buddy. Now live with it. I actually hope we can be friends. He seems like a good, solid individual to be around. Lord knows I need more of them, what with all the drunkards and lowlifes I hang out with.
This is John speaking to me, or thinking about me. She's not conscious of how much we can co-create, how much love I have for her. She's unapproachable. I feel so powerless and weak. I don't feel good enough in myself, and she doesn't fully see me. She's nasty and even rude to me. She makes me feel jealous. She gets too many emails from men who are not really going to love her as much as I can. Mm-hmm. I can take her to a very spiritual place if only she'd let me. She doesn't see the intelligent person that I am and what a beautiful couple we can be. She's gone, she's too confused, she's tired, she doesn't know what to do with her life. She's too masculine, she needs to be gentler and softer and more compassionate. She needs to be more feminine. She's not looking enough.
She's not looking at herself enough. Okay.
This is the group that I'm part of talking about me, sort of. We have a pretty important task at hand, and it's the first time that we've tried to do this. We don't necessarily have the process perfected, but we have plenty of competent, amazing people to get the job done. It's important for us to have, as a group, unity in a relationship and work at our highest level possible. Otherwise, how can we expect the participants to have an experience if we can't even have it with each other? Megan doesn't seem like she trusts us or even has an interest in what we're doing most of the time, and that's not helping us. If we weren't all strong, intelligent, capable women, we wouldn't even be in this group. It's the single reason we conflict and connect.
Interesting. Marco.
This is Nina speaking about Marco. Marco is an asshole. But I love him. But I can't be with him because I don't know where he's at or what he's doing with his life. I don't think he knows either. I can't trust him. He's a beautiful person, though, and I'm very sad to lose him. Although I know he's not lost, I know he'll be back. But if he comes back, I'll hate him. That's the nature of my love. I'll fucking bust his balls until he takes me, which is all bullshit. I don't believe in anything. I don't care about anything. But in the deepest recesses of silence, stillness, and total lostness to the world, I know that there is love. I feel it there. I am love there. And there's nothing else that matters to me. And so if Marco can make it to that place, maybe I'll be with him, and maybe not. It doesn't matter then, does it? No. Until then, I will negate everything he says, does, thinks, wants, enjoys, hopes, or desires. I will destroy it all because it is not him.